Hello everyone, welcome to the 1.0 preview for Last Epoch. My name is Lizard IRL, I've been playing this game for over 4 years, more than 10,000 hours played, and I am the team leader for the macro branch of Last Epoch. I've been playing the city a lot, I have more than 600 hours on the 1.0 version already. I played a lot to provide the best content possible, try to get myself informed, and to obviously give feedback to the devs. So, after 4 years of waiting, it is finally here, boys and girls. Last Epoch is gonna release on the 21, only 2 days left, patch notes are completely dropping as the moment you see this video, and we're gonna be completely discussing that. Okay, so what is 1.0 bringing? Obviously, the new masteries, one of them is Warlock, as you can see, new models, new weapons, new uniques, new abilities that you're gonna be able to spec. All of those are available on all the planners, etc. And I want to start by saying one thing. Everything that you used to love about Last Epoch is only getting better. There's gonna be a ton of changes coming, a lot of abilities are getting changed, a lot of new stuff is getting added into the game. But overall, the meta is not changing. So if you're someone who's familiar with the game, the stuff that you are in love with and that you used to play and the builds that you love, they're still gonna be powerful, they're still gonna be really strong, and you know, Blade Dancer is still gonna be Blade Dancer, Rune Master is still gonna be Rune Master, and all the new classes are gonna be even better. That's my prediction. So, okay, as you can tell, Ward's still strong. There's gonna be some nerfs, for example, to Twisted Heart. You guys see, they're gonna change the ranges. It's pretty big nerfs here and there. They're gonna fix a lot of the stuff that was super broken, but overall, the meta doesn't change. Everything's still strong, and everything's still really powerful. So, again, all the builds that you used to love, still there. What are the big changes coming, aside from the new stuff? Well, there's also the stuff that gets changed in terms of systems. So I'm gonna start about showcasing or showing the biggest change when it comes to scaling, which is corruption. You guys can see I'm at 1000 corruption right here. I have a lot of timelines with 1000, I just picked this one. And you can see right now the rarity is at 1000 with just two modifiers. And not only that, but the modifier difficulty coming from corruption is 1000 more health and damage. For reference, on the previous version of the game, corruption this high would give you around 400 more health and damage, and a lot of the difficulty spikes would come from the modifiers themselves, which, as you can see, they don't scale anymore, right? This will always be 25 increased health, and no matter what the difficulty you are on, no matter the corruption. So what has this cost? This has cost, so the difficulty of the game overall has increased, but the difficulty spikes that you're like randomly getting one shot out of nowhere are basically gone. The difficulty is going to be way more steady, way more trackable, and there's going to be less surprises and less feel bad's moment. I need to avoid modifiers because if I take one damage modifier at high corruption, I get destroyed, right? So that's a pretty big change, and don't worry, you're gonna get to see this build in action. But another big thing that is coming is factions. So let's talk about factions real quick. You're gonna be able to access your factions by pressing E, and you can see I am a Circle of Fortune enjoyer. I've been playing a lot, but the Circle of Fortunes have been reset from patch to patch on City. So I should be level 10 by now, but you know, I had to restart my progress, etc. And you will need to visit the observatory to interact with this. It's located in chapter 9, after Majalka. And that's, obviously you can also go for the trade, but I am gonna be talking about COF, which is what I'm hyped about. You know, you're gonna find a lot of people talking about it. So you're gonna have this NPC, Galila, you know, any Black Ops enjoyers. And you're gonna be able to purchase things from her. So you see she's gonna sell new implicits. These are mainly to help you leveling if you struggle with finding gear. These implicits can be actually pretty powerful. You can see at level 52 you're able to get this amount of damage. Extremely powerful, okay? And the big thing is the lenses, right? The greater lenses and the regional lenses. So what you can do with these lenses is like you can purchase them, right? They're gonna be equipable, right? You can see. And you can go to the telescopes that you're gonna find here, and you can actually like equip them, right? These slots are gonna be unlocking. You see I need level 9 for the last slot, and you're gonna be able to just equip this into, well, you're gonna be able to equip them to change kind of like the outcome of your randomization. So you can see right now what I'm doing, which I think is going to be pretty much the meta, is you want to be blocking the stuff the content that you don't want to do. So you're going to see there's things like, oh, more chances to get set items, more chances to get wands, more chances to get uniques. The best thing you can do is to block things based on the activity. So you make sure that all the things that you reroll are going to be things of the content that you're engaging with. Right now I'm blocking dungeons, for example, but let's just say one day I want to do dungeons. Wait, what you might do is you want to take this land off and then reroll a bunch of prophecies related to dungeons and block monolith instead, right? So that way you can kind of like double dip in the content you're doing. So how does this work? You go into the thingy, right? You can buy something you want. You can see normally they come with a condition, they come with an event, and they come with a reward. Some of these prophecies can happen multiple times, right? So for example, if I rerolled there, right? You can see this one can be fulfilled 2 times. So if I buy this one, right? Which you just buy with click, right? You're gonna be able to check your prophecy board, and you're gonna be able to see all of them. As you can see, you can have up to 48 of these prophecies, and if you fill all of them up, you can see I have a lot of favor. If you are a blaster like me, favor is not gonna be an issue at all. You're gonna be able to fully have this, pretty much do it once an hour or whatever, completely full this. And I'm gonna play a clip of what kind of loot you can expect. So roll the clip. We're gonna get some loot, boys.
Oh.
Okay, time to analyze.
This is lightest armor, right?
Just keeps going.
Did you are you sure it's not lightless armor?
Look!
What the fuck?
Another big change that is happening on 1.0 is a lot of balance changes, new mobs, and especially in the campaign. The difficulty spikes of the campaign are gonna vary quite a bit compared to what you are used to on the previous version of the game. So again, I'm not gonna try to not spoil it for you guys, because I think the first playthrough is gonna be very excellent and a very nice, refreshing experience. But you need to know that a lot of what used to be hard, it's no longer hard, and a lot of the zones that used to be easy are no longer easy. So for example, you know, famously, all the area on the void zones, like this part here, like the cultist camp and all this area, is historically very hard. It's not gonna be as hard anymore, so just you're gonna notice that this is way more chill. But areas that used to be extremely easy, for example, like the desert, are gonna be quite hard, to the point where I won't be surprised if you see a lot of your favorite streamers that play hardcore get absolutely wrecked in this area. And again, I'm just gonna tease it a bit, but obviously you can see the new models and these new enemies, like these guys, these hydras and stuff. Yeah, you will see. It might not look like much now, but yeah, that's pretty much all I'm gonna say. When you get these hydras going on, and they put this like debuffs on you, etc., poisons, it's gonna get. You will see, okay? So, aside from that, I hope you guys enjoy the campaign a lot. It's gonna be really, really cool. The campaign has also gotten very, very big visual overhauls. So this used to be where Xeric spawned, you know, the black boss. And as you can see, it's quite a new look for it. So again, expect big visual upgrades in the campaign, expect new enemies, expect new traps. It's gonna be a completely fresh experience with completely new layouts in some areas, with very different difficulty spikes that I think are gonna caught a lot of people off guard, like I mentioned before. You can see the new area where you fight Xeric. It's quite different. We're very powerful, so might as well give him some love. All right. I can't wait for you to try the new campaign, guys. It's gonna be absolutely a blast. All right. Let's talk campaign. Let's talk endgame. As you guys know, right now in last Epoch, a lot of us don't finish the campaign and we go to monos at around level 40, etc. Now there's gonna be very different ways to approach this, as you might want to unlock your factions early. You might be playing with a friend that like carries you or gives you a teleport. But one thing that you need to know, especially for my hardcore brothers and sisters out there, the transition to monolith has definitely changed. So right now, whenever you go to monolith and you choose the regular monolith, be very careful because they have changed a lot of the layouts. They have changed the density quite a lot, and they have changed the enemy types quite a lot. So you can no longer go in there at level, low level or whatever, and just, just with physical resistance and necrotic resistance go in and be okay. You won't be surprised if you spawn a bunch of like golems and a bunch of like ice elementals and things like that on the first timeline. Again, be really careful because the game is definitely gonna get harder. As you can see, they're also added a lot of environmental effects, so the maps and the layouts have this like different mixture and different textures. So instead of every map looking the same, every map is pretty much gonna feel different just in terms of how it looks and the lining, just because of all the effects they're adding into the game. So I think this doesn't look like much, but when you actually play and you experience it and you see the different linings, they have rain, they have snow, they have daylight, nighttime, it's gonna be quite big. Again, I have warned you, the transition to monolith is way rougher than before. Another thing that is changing for monolith is actually how fast you get to empowered monolith. As you can see, I'm on the regular Age of Winter, and in order to summon the boss, to summon Heroth, I only need 400 stability. This used to be more than double the stability, and then they reduced it over the time. Now it's only 400 stability, so we are calculating that on average, you're gonna reach the empowered monolith around 10 levels lower than you used to be, right? So if you used to get there at level 70 something, you are now gonna be getting there at 60 something, depending on how fast you play, how much you clear, depending on the build, etc. So again, TLDR, you're getting to empowered monolith way faster, and of course, the jump to regular monolith to empowered is gonna be way bigger, because the multiplier from corruption is gonna be bigger than before. Again, be really careful. You're gonna get to empowered earlier, weaker, and the transition is gonna be bigger. So again, especially be careful in hardcore. Okay, to finish the video up, I just want to give you a bit of a tease of what my Warlock build is going to be. I think it's really cool, so I just want to show a bit of the interactions that are going on. So as you can tell, we're playing a low life bleed Warlock. It's going to be on natural, the full guide. And what do? Is we basically itemize around the laceration node in Spirit Plague. This makes it so every time we hit an enemy, we apply bleeds to the enemy, and the benefit of going low life with this build are several actually. One of them is that we're gonna completely bypass the self bleeds and the self ailments that the Acolyte is famous for, just because Exsanguineous makes us immune to bleed. We're gonna get a lot of mana sustain just from killing enemies inflicted, and there's tons of things that synergize well with being low life. One of them, for example, is Chaos Bolt, which is giving us more multiplicative damage, per 20 missing health. As you can see, I have almost 4,000, so this node can easily give you 200% more damage. And on top of that, we have this node that gives us physical damage over time per 4% cold res, and freeze multiplier per cold res. So, you can get, just by stacking a lot of cold resistance, you can get a lot of ward retention, 666 Monka, and you can get a lot of freeze rate, so you can permanently freeze enemies pretty much, till the very high corruptions. How the build would work is you would use your Spirit Plague. Eventually, once you get like Life's Journey, you can automate the process just by proccing Harvest through Chaos Bolt, right? Just by this, you see the Harvest will apply Spirit Plague automatically. or you can manually cast it, you know, and just like let it spread through harvest. So we will do our thing. We will hit with chaos bolts, and whenever we have a big stack of bleeds, we would like channel. We would channel Ghost Flame for a big damage multiplier. Again, I'm really excited for you guys to try the build. I put a lot of time into this one, and again, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. I can't wait to see what the community can create. There's a ton of things to explore, and I can't wait to see what the community can do. It's gonna be so interesting to see the trade and everything unfold. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great patch. I'm gonna be starting SSF Hardcore on the 21st. You can find me at LizardIRL on Twitch, Lizard_IRL on Twitch. And yeah, I hope you enjoy everything. Again, I can't wait to see what you guys do. Thank you for following along with the journey. As you can tell, I'm very excited. And yeah, thank you EHG for the opportunity to showing the game. Thank you for trusting. Thank you Maxroll for trusting and believing in me when I approach you guys, pitching you the idea. Hey, there's this small indie game that I would like to make a branch for. And I would like to thank Maxroll for believing in me and believing in the project when no one believed in the game, because this branch has been worked on for the last 3 years. This is not an overnight thing, and I want to thank my team too for joining, believing, and working really hard. And yeah, I haven't slept in a while, so yeah. Thank you guys. I wish I could make a better video, but I have so much work to do. Thank you guys, and I'll see you on the 21st. Last Epoch forever. Let's go!